Then we've got the rose water, which is, oh my goodness, I just love it so much. I love things like Turkish Delight, and you can get vegan Turkish Delight, by the way. I just love the like rose scented stuff and rose flavoured stuff. And this one, the English Provender Company, I think you can pretty much get this anywhere now. And it does say in the back, suitable for vegetarians and vegans, which is excellent. And you really don't need very much of this at all. Like, you don't want it to taste like soap. So just be careful, don't bung a load in. And I've actually got a really nice recipe that I use this in that you can find on my blog, and I've also got it published on Brew Drinking Thinking's online magazine, and it's a chilled tapioca pudding with rose water, and it's so good. This is red currant jelly, which I was keeping in here for Christmas. I tend to do stuff like this. I'll see something and I'll buy it, and even if I don't use it, I'll think, oh, I'll use that at another time. And I had this earmarked for Christmas, which is ridiculous because it's August, but hey ho. And I was lying in bed. It was a weird setup because we had a mattress in the living area when my parents were staying. So my mum would come in the morning and make herself a coffee, and she wanted to make some toast, and she asked me where the jam was, and I said, oh, it should be in the cupboard. And she opened this, which I just thought it was really odd, but I mean, she had it on her toast, and apparently it was nice. Each to their own. Oh, this is just some ordinary salt, by the way. I mean, 30p from the local farm shop, Trevelyan Farm. If there's any Cornish people out there, very nice farm shop. Sushi, rice seasoning. I adore sushi and Japanese food and Asian food. And you would think that that's really weird because obviously sushi you equate probably with raw fish. But I mean, there's so many excellent recipes out there. I mean, my favourite is a sweet potato maki roll, and I have had that. Actually, there's a really amazing restaurant in Chicago called Coast, and it's in Bucktown. And me and my husband were just completely in love with that place. And their soup, their spicy miso, spicy jalapeno soup, incredible. And they do a really good, ask them to leave off the spicy mayo. I think they might sneak that in if you don't tell them you're vegan. But they do a really good spicy potato maki roll. And you can make your own at home. It's so easy. And I've got 2 different recipes up on my blog for easy vegan sushi. And it's also on marcussamuelson.com if you can't find it or don't want to go on my blog for whatever reason. Then we've got some Halloween pasta. Ooh. I just love Halloween. I love dressing up, and we were actually in the US for Halloween one year and went a bit nuts, just like decorating the place that we were staying at, so I can use it this year. Now, is this going to cause a problem? This is my favourite drawer. Okay, ground nutmeg. This is the Suma brand, and this is an awesome organisation. It's well, it says here, Suma is a workers' cooperative, a radical business managed and owned by its workers. So we like them. Very good. So, and I try and get all my sort of spices and stuff either from Suma or an organisation like that. Empty. Right. What have we got here? We've got some Chipotle powder. Like I told you before, I'm obsessed with Mexican food, but it's really difficult to get authentic Mexican ingredients. But there's a really awesome website called the Cool Chili Co. And I think it is literally, yeah, www.coolchili.co.uk, and they have so many amazing authentic Mexican ingredients, including obviously the chipotle powder, and they do masa harina flour for making your own tortillas, which I have done, and they taste so good. Like you'll never go back to, well, you will, because you can't be making them all the time, but it'll be difficult. You'll be like, oh, these don't taste right. Then we've got chili powder. This is just I got this on tour. I was forced to go to Tesco because that's where everybody else wanted to shop. And agave nectar, this is actually empty. I like agave, I don't use it that much, I use it sparingly. There's like loads of conflicting information about it. So again, it's like with the soy, I err on the side of caution. I use a little bit, I see no harm in having a little bit of agave, but yeah, not too much. And then we've got plain chocolate drops. This is from Dove's Farm Organic, and they're really, really good. Put them in your oatmeal, your porridge, brownies, chocolate chip cookies. I mean, I always have some sort of chocolate chips in my drawers. Another empty. I should really sort this out. This is Matcha, which if you do follow my blog, you realise that I am nuts about matcha. And I'm going to try and be very, very careful with this. It's a crazy green colour. Basically, matcha is a powdered green tea. You can have drinking grade and baking grade. I'm pretty sure this is drinking grade. This is really good. This is a really high quality. I got it off eBay. But can you see that? It's kind of greeny. I don't want to sort of take it out anymore in case it goes everywhere. My sister-in-law bought some matcha from a local health store and paid like 20 quid for it, for something that size, and I was like, huh? So, and this was 8 quid, which even I thought, well, I mean, I didn't realise sort of how expensive matcha was, so even £8 I was like, but yeah, 20 quid, that is just way, way out of my price bracket. So we've got Flaxseed, well, they're ground, so I guess Flaxseed Meal, you could call it. I use this just pretty much every day on my cereal, on my oatmeal, in smoothies. It's just, you know, really full of lots of goodness and stuff, and yeah, I mean, everyone knows about that, I'm sure. I've got some walnuts, there's only a few left in there. This is Holland & Barrett. This is the Neal's Yard Whole Foods brand, which I like, and they do an organic range as well, and I try to get that most of the time. But Star Anise. I love Star Anise. It smells absolutely gorgeous. So you have to be make sure where you put it in your drawer, because it can taint other things. It's so strong. I like to put it in. I just pop it in my brown rice when I'm boiling it, and it just makes it really fragrant. And I use it for other things too, but that's my favourite way to use it. We've got bay leaves, and we've got some turmeric. And I use turmeric a lot. I use turmeric when I'm making tofu scramble, because it gives it, I don't think turmeric really has a taste really, but it gives it a lovely yellow colour, and I guess makes it more look like scrambled egg, which you might think is weird if you're not vegan and you think, well, why not just eat an egg? Well, you know, that's a whole discussion for another time. So we've got some cacao powder. This is raw cacao powder, and it is heavenly. It is honestly the greatest cocoa powder you're ever going to come across, in my opinion. Much better than cocoa powder, much more expensive than cocoa powder. So I use it sparingly, because I don't have pots of money to be going around replacing stuff like that. But I do use it, but I mainly use it for raw things, because I kind of think it's a bit pointless not to use it and cook stuff. Because then if I'm putting a recipe up on the blog, I can say 100% raw or not, or whatever the case may be. So then I've just discovered these. These are absolutely amazing. Let me just show you. They're from Pukka, and I'm rushing through this because I want to show you a few other things, but they're powders with like heaps and heaps of awesomeness in them, and they're for your smoothies. So you can put these in. I mean, this one's got chlorophyll in it. I don't know if any of you know about chlorophyll, but read the Thrive Diet. Brendan Brazier talks about it. It's just amazing. Loads of protein in it. So anyone who's worried about their protein intake, this is the bad boy right here, Clean Greens Pukka, and this one is Vitalize This has got like beetroot and broccoli sprouts and blueberries, and they're just incredible, and just a great way of cramming loads of nutrients into your smoothie. Some black peppercorns. Love black pepper, absolutely love it. Use it on everything. I've got some dried blueberries here and some dried goji berries. And yeah, I mean, just, you know, use them on your cereal or whatever. I like to hydrate them a little bit, put them in some water, some boiling water, freshly boiled water, because the goji berries can get quite hard. So this is a little tip if you want to make them softer. Or if you're going to do the overnight oats, put them in with your plant milk and they'll soften up naturally just in the fridge overnight. This is cayenne pepper because I love things spicy, like I've told you about 1,000 times already. Yeah, so I just use that a lot. Then I've got some little wafer daisies, which are really cute, for my cupcakes and things like that. I think of them on my Matcha cupcakes, which is on my blog. Pearl barley. I love pearl barley, and I'd only ever tasted it in soups, and then I read somewhere, probably in someone's blog, so if that was you, thank you, about making it into a risotto, and then I made my own version of it, and I make it with squash, like butternut squash or pumpkin or whatever, and it's one of my favourite dishes actually, one of my absolute favourite dishes, and the recipe's on my blog. And this is risotto rice. I can't remember which one this is. Is this arborio? Yes. Yes, arborio risotto rice. I'm actually going to use this tonight. I didn't use the rocket that I said I was going to use. I didn't use that last night. I actually made a dal with the leeks, and so red lentils, leeks, and it was delicious. And I sort of had some broccoli with it and some brown rice, and it was yummy. Then we've got paprika, just because I love hot stuff, spicy. Some coarse sea salt. I'm pretty sure this was bought in a moment of desperation as well. I wouldn't normally buy that kind. But ground nutmeg more, no idea why. Again, probably forgot I had it. We've got green cardamom pods and ground cinnamon. Sesame seeds. I normally have pumpkin seeds in here as well, and pine nuts, but at the moment all I've got is sesame seeds because I've run out of everything else. I need to go do the shop today, and yeah, I just use these all the time. And this is garam masala. Obviously it's not from that jar, but oh, just delicious. And a really good recipe for this is to roast some potato or sweet potato and then coat it with this when it comes out of the oven and fry it with some onions in a frying pan. Honestly, it is really delicious, and I got that recipe from Sophie Dahl. I don't know if you remember, she did a program like last year or the year before, I can't remember, and everybody really slated it and slagged her off, and I just thought, I think she's actually quite cute and nice, and I don't know what the big deal was. Anyway, so some mango just for chewing on, love a bit of dried mango. We've got some vegan jelly crystals which I've not used, and I bought them because I bought some little mini jelly molds from a vintage store, and I just wanted to make it and see how it looked, but I never got around to it. Some ground, or sorry, whole nutmeg actually, not ground. And smells unbelievable. And you get, like, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, this is, I used this all over Christmas, this one. And I wasn't being measly with it, like I was properly grating it into stuff, and that's all I used. And got loads of them to use up. Cinnamon quills. Really good idea from Alicia Silverstone actually, over at the Kind Life. Great website. Is to put a cinnamon quill in your smoothie, and when she said that I was like, I'm not too sure about that, but I tried it, and honestly, okay, there is a little bit of a crunch in there, but honestly it just tastes so fantastic. It really does. It works, believe you me, it works. And this is from a local Penzance health store called Archie Brown's, which is absolutely fantastic, and I would be lost without Archie Brown's in Penzance.